that tears the dark apart. No king, no throne, no law can decree. We live and we die by the storm's decree.
Static on the screen, blue motel sign humming. You lean on the hood, laughing at nothing. Tape lines on the dash, faded orange label. We hit play and go, not afraid of angels. We're just VHS streams on a midnight run, chasing down ghosts on the overpass. You in my jacket, hair in the wind, we never look back. We just burn the past under that dark, wide open sky. You said drive till the story winds. VHS streams on a midnight run, fast forward hearts out of time. Chrome fenders, cheap shades, billboards flickering pink. You pointed at the waves, say that's where we'll sing. High rises in glass, mirror our bad decisions. Palms cut in the clouds, like they're part of the transmission. We're just VHS streams on a midnight run, chasing down ghosts on the overpass. You in my jacket, hair in the wind, we never look back. We just burn the past under that dark, wide open sky. You said drive till the story winds. VHS streams on a midnight run, fast forward hearts out of time. Ocean air in your lungs, you scream, let it all come my jacket, hair in the wind, we never look back. We just burn the past under that dark, wide open sky. You said drive till the story winds. VHS dreams on a midnight run, fast forward hearts
Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. A little bit of a rough start here. Got behind on things I had to do. Got tied up doing other things, and you know what? How it is, especially if you're a parent, you tend to get busy. And I have 3 kids, and the one who's usually in school, their teacher work day, I guess, because of voting Monday and Tuesday and today. So if you're a place where they're voting, make sure you go vote. Choose correctly, because our future depends on it. And that might actually be true. Alright, so bear with me. I'm going to be eating lunch because, like I said, I'm kind of late and behind and whatnot. Apologize for that late start. Alright, so let's do a little recap. We went to the monastery with Alma. Alma is Ram's sister. To find the zodiac stone. I believe it was Virgo. And when we got there, we found out that the monastery had been attacked. Elder Simon was injured. And we leave our zodiac stones with Alma and Simon, thinking that, you know, she's going to hide and be able to protect them. Seriously? And so we go in after them. We discover it's people from the church that are trying to collect the stones. And we meet one guy. What's his name?
Within lie many historical records.
Guy right here. Izalu, however you say his name. I am awful with pronouncing things, especially names. So this guy here was trying to collect the stone. However, he's kind of misinformed and naive and has a strong belief in the church and does not believe Ramza when Ramza says that the church is trying to use it for corrupt reasons and that the cardinal turned into a Lucavi. So this guy basically said, you're full of crap, you're lying, blah, blah, blah. So we fought him, we defeated him. Of course, he ran away. They always run away. They got teleport spells, but where's my teleport, you know? So then we move on, and he is with Weegraf, who they have Alma and the Zodiac Stones. So Weegraf stays behind. We fight him, and we manage to defeat him. He then uses the stone to turn into a Lucavi, and then he leaves. And now we gotta rescue Alma and the stones. Elder Simon died, but before dying, he gives you a book.
Till next time.
Reading
New discoveries.
this one right here.
awaiting.
Scriptures or whatever. It'd be nice if they would read it for me. I opened the scriptures entrusted to me by Elder Simon and began to leaf through the pages. The words before my eyes were writ in a holy script of the ancients, far beyond my ken. Several illustrations were scattered throughout, but many pages were missing or damaged, and the script excuse me, was exceedingly difficult to decipher. As I turned the pages, faintly penned words in modern Ivalice script occasionally caught my eye, notes of an explanatory nature. Something doesn't want me to talk. I guess I should not have been eating lunch. Goodness. Let's see. Have been added here and there throughout the book, all written in the same hand, though exactly whose I could not say. A faint scent of ink rose from these notes, and I touched my finger to one of them. The writing smeared, it seemed to have been penned only in the last few days. I then realized that these transcriptions excuse me a minute, it's going to take. Don't you hate it when you get in this cough and you get this tickle in your throat and it just doesn't want to go away, and you drink and drink and it's still there, and it's like you talk, it gets worse and worse and worse. And then you get hotter and hotter and hotter because you're coughing, and then that makes you cough even more, and it's a never-ending process here. My fan, it doesn't really work worth a crap. I have a cheap circular fan on a pedestal or whatever you want to call it. Like, I have it not too far from me. Like, I could touch it with my arm, but I'm not feeling any air from it at all. Like, you have to have your face right in front of it. So if you go to Dollar General, do not buy a fan from the brand True Living. It's crap. You're not going to feel nothing. And I got it on high, and I'm not feeling anything. You fail as a fan. All right, I realized the transcriptions were most likely Elder Simon's work. He must have devoted a significant portion of his life as custodian of the underground library to deciphering these scriptures line by painstaking lines. One thing that Simon mentioned before he died, and when he gave you these scriptures, is that basically the whole church and religion was a lie. It was very inaccurate, and that these scriptures actually tell the truth, which is why it was forbidden and hidden in the library. I relied heavily on his fragmentary notes as I continued reading. Apparently, the Holy Script had been recorded by this person, Germanique. But who was that? The name struck a familiar chord as half-forgotten history. Lessons rose unbidden in my mind, and then I remembered. He was the disciple of Saint Ajora who betrayed his master, turning him over to the Holy Edoran Empire, and in so doing, ensured his name would live on in infamy. I was astounded that a librum penned by the same Germanique from my history lessons now rested in my very hands. Saint Ajora was a child of the gods, descended from the heavens to deliver humanity from its self-inflicted chaos. By his prophecies was the word of the divine imparted upon mortal men. After his death, these teachings formed the basis of the Church of the Labados, its name meaning to obey God in the holy tongue of the ancients. The church's influence later spread throughout Ivalice and further afield to Ordalia, Romanda, and beyond. The deeds of Saint Ajora are known to all, and yet I would seek to learn more of his remarkable journey. Saint Ajora's birth came some 1,200 years ago in the midst of a golden age of technology when airships yet plied the skies. He was born in Lysalia in the city of Bervina. Moments after his birth, he rose to his feet and approached a well. Upon reaching its base, words of prophecy poured forth from his infant lips. Calamity shall soon befall this well. Seal it up at once, that none may drink of it. Some days later, a plague descended on the town of Bervinia, and all those who drank from the well succumbed to the contagion and perished. Only those families who heeded the prophetic words of Saint Ajora were spared from malady and death. After the incident with the well, the people came to revere Saint Ajora as a portent of miracle, and child of the gods. Then, at the age of 20, his life was cut short. The circumstances surrounding his death are closely tied to the legend of the Zodiac Braves, told throughout Ivalice since ancient times. To trace the story of these fabled warriors, I must delve yet further into the past. Ivalice was not always united as it is today. Long ago, the realm was divided into 7 domains: Bovoham, Lionel, Limbury, Thalia, Geloni, Deltenia, and Lund. Each warred with the other in a never-ending struggle to expand its own territory. It was the age of feudalism. This conflict had continued for centuries until an ambitious young king rose to power in Melund. This young monarch dreamt of uniting all of Ivalice under his hand, but the road to victory was a difficult and dangerous one. The king turned to the ancient tomes and the dark magics found within, summoning a demon from the netherworld to do his bidding. But once unleashed, the demon slew the king and set out to destroy the very world itself. To combat this monstrosity, the great hero set out on a quest. Together with his 12 comrades, he collected the zodiac stones that had been scattered throughout the world, and thereby formed the Zodiac Braves. These warriors soon defeated the demon and its minions, and banished the creature back into its infernal plane. Their deeds came to be told as the legend of the Zodiac Braves. The Braves have since appeared whenever the world balanced on the brink of catastrophe, only to vanish just as quickly once the crisis has been averted. Similar catastrophes threatened the world in the time of Saint Ajora. The liege lord of Limbury summoned a demon in hopes of seizing control of all of Ivalice and once again plunged the world into chaos. And just as in the legend, Saint Ajora collected the 12 zodiac stones, once again the Zodiac Braves rose to defeat the marauding demon. Thus was Saint Ajora hailed as the world's savior. However, the sovereigns of any age have small tolerance for the interference of well-meaning heroes. Saint Ajora's fame drew the ire of the Holy Edoran Empire, which dispatched soldiers to capture him and his devoted followers. Pharaohism was the prevalent religion in that day, and its priests feared Ajora's growing influence. Ultimately, Germanique, the 13th disciple, was tempted by sordid coin, offering vital information that led to his master's capture. The saint was executed upon the gallows of Golgotha soon thereafter. But lest we forget, Saint Ajora was a child of the gods. The wrath of the heavens was swift and terrible. Immediately following the execution, Lund, the center of Ferris' teachings, was visited by a terrible cataclysm. The skies rained blood, and a storm of golden lightning ravaged the city. The very earth trembled, and was a thunderous roar. Lund sank into the sea. Where was the locust? This was the legend, which I was familiar, very same tale told to every child of Ivalice. But the Saint Ajora described within the scriptures was a different man altogether. Ajora was no child of the gods. He was a mere mortal, no more divine than you or I. He was a revolutionary who fought to realize his own ambitions. He was no lover of peace, no hero who would sacrifice himself for the good of humanity. Germanique wrote of him, as the founder of a new religion with a rising number of followers, Ajora was seen as no more than a nuisance to the empire, but to the slaves and the destitute who suffered most under imperial rule, the fair treatment and equal opportunities posed by Ajora appeared as a ray of hope, and he as their savior. But Ajora was apparently more than just a religious founder. He was a saboteur. who infiltrated enemy states to collect information and sow disorder. Jorah was a spy dispatched to the Holy Edoran Empire by a rival state. His teachings, the faith they inspired, and the influence he wielded were but contrivances to enact the downfall of the empire orchestrated from within its borders by Jorah himself. But for all his guile, the Imperials were fully aware of the threat that Jorah posed. Germanique was employed to collect evidence that would allow the Empire to arrest Jorah as a spy. The 13th disciple was in reality no more than the Empire's instrument in a play to uncover Jorah's true intentions. It seems that Jorah indeed attempted to form the Zodiac Braves. Germanique confirmed in his writings that Jorah even discovered some of the stones, and had entrusted them to his closest disciples. But what was his purpose in forming the Zodiac Braves anew? I do not know if the liege lord of Limbury actually summoned a demon. Elder Simon's notes speak of his doubts on the matter, and not a single line within the scriptures seems to record the event. Nevertheless, it appears that catastrophe in which the greater part of Malun sank into the sea did indeed coincide with Jorah's execution. The footnotes provided further enlightenment. They expressed a different view, no doubt the personal opinion of Elder Simon. Although many spoke of their existence, none had ever set eyes upon these scriptures. Some might say they are fraudulent, written with the sole purpose of discrediting Saint Jorah, but I know this tome to be authentic. When I served as an inquisitor for the church, those in the upper echelons feared the existence of this work, and the same is no doubt true for the High Confessor. They were all fearful of these writings, for everything contained within them is fact. After Saint Jorah's death, the church, which had capitalized on his considerable influence to seize power for itself, had only one task: to conceal his true nature as a human being. This one fact had to be erased from the annals of history. They needed to ensure that Saint Jorah be remembered as a child of the gods. Their use of the Zodiac Braves, a legend believed throughout the continent, was a stroke of genius. It was a simple fact to convince the people that Saint Jorah had led the Zodiac Braves to defeat a demon. Demon never existed. I realize now that I had lost my faith the moment I began to read these scriptures, and yet I feel no sorrow. Thinking back, I now know that my desire to know the truth was stronger than my faith had ever been. But above all, I am as guilty as any involved in this great travesty. All these years, the church has concealed the truth and lied to our flock. Though I am compelled to condemn these acts, as I cannot bring myself to do so, even were I to bring the scriptures before the people, the church would not stand idle. In all likelihood, I would be accused of heresy and burned at the stake. But that is not the true reason for my inaction. This library is everything to me. It is a treasure beyond compare, the only means of slacking my endless thirst for knowledge. If I were to share this book with the world, my precious library would be taken from me. I cannot allow it. To be separated from my tomes, I can think of no greater pain. In the end, my curiosity eclipsed my will to do what was right. Within these pages lies the truth hidden by the church for so many years. The miracles of Saint Jorah were not but lies, and he but an ordinary man. But interweaving the events surrounding Jorah's death with his mendacious teachings, his followers fabricated a means by which to seize power. But is that truly all there is to know? Elder Simon wrote that Saint Jorah's demon never existed, but I have seen the dark power of the Zodiac Stones with my own eyes. There is an evil presence at work, something much more sinister than even the High Confessor and his twisted plots.
These tomes are the product of much sweat and toil.
What's this one? Your prognosis... Oh. Y'all try to read it while I eat my lunch. Sounds like an airship. It wants me to hit the button now. A Gloria. Duty was passed down to me by my late father. I have to use the mouse for some reason. Because my controller turned off. I was reading so long. He was built utilizing the most advanced technology at the time and has been seen through our most ambitious adventures, some of which likely qualified as too ambitious. Years of wear and tear eventually resulted in us turning her in for repairs. We had her fitted with enhancements. On the outside, she remains the same. She is now a beast of a different nature. The latest surge of innovations has allowed us to not only increase our output by 30 times, but to do so on 1/10 of the fuel. Gloria is our most trusted friend and ally. As our crew members, who have grown tenfold over the years, have come to say, she is the ship that will carry us to the skies of freedom. 1.5 decades have passed since I left my homeland of Valtheim behind. Despite my very best efforts, I have explored but a fraction of what the vast world has to offer. The love of adventure is something I inherited from my father, who has taken me to many places and lined my pockets with gold and other treasures beyond compare. Never for material gain, however, that I traveled. My journey continues simply because I cannot rest until I find that word. I'm not going to even try, but it's the City of Gold. Hey Valerian, how's it going? I must accomplish what my father could not. Non-stop action today, I see. Yeah, there's apparently a lot of text that we could have been reading. A woman's distressed voice traveled through the voice pipes. Captain Rickson, please report to the bridge post-haste. What's happened, I asked. I wish there was this was voice acted, so I wouldn't have to read it. I could finish my lunch. Well, we soon be arriving at the Lancam Island, sir. I guess this is where they hid the entire storyline. Yes, there is encyclopedias and stuff that gives you more details of the story and what's going on and character backgrounds and all that you won't really know much about if you don't go and look at it under the Chronicles. Excellent, I'll be right there. Quickly throwing our garments, I dashed down to the lower levels where the bridge was located. Thank you for coming on such short notice, Captain. Litzer's voice reverberated through the bridge's voice pipes. Litzer is our head of surveillance and operatives, our Magitech radars. Her main task is to keep watch of the surrounding skies and the grounds below for anything unusual. Ah, is that what you wish to show me? On the expansive seas that unfolded before us, I spotted islands the size of grains of rice upon the horizon. Yes, we finally made it. 3 years and 5 months have passed since we began this journey. I am surprised I managed to get us this far. Got us this far? Ha! I'm the reason this ship stayed aloft for as long as it did. That is Heyman, our pilot. This is Abdul, our engineer. Without their support, it would have been possible to come this far. Well, they could have made this a video too, you know. Lazy game devs, if you ask me. Well, remember, this was back during, PlayStation 1. It would have made the game much longer, I can tell you that. We're gonna stop reading. I don't think this is really it's just extra
Gather
information.
within are materials that await your perusal. By all means.
This is all stuff. You got your encyclopedia that has
deeper understanding may lead to fresh
information
discoveries.
about all the characters we've run across so far, the locations, and terms that have been discussed.
I'll be waiting.
Got your Ursites,
Many mysteries surround
which
the site.
we don't have them anymore. We lost them because Ramsey was stupid. So he's got Scorpio, Virgo, and Taurus, and then of course Weedrat has Aries.
I understand.
reading materials collection. So
Does anything here speak
when you
to
do your errands and you find items and stuff, this is where it goes, and you can read a little bit about that. The Phantom Train.
By all means.
Here are the errands
These
that we've done.
Doctor,
And then this is
leaving
just
on-
repeating
Let us
the
trace-
events
I understand.
that we've been involved in. Alright. So at this point in the game, not an excuse, this game sucked when it released, and I didn't consider it to be a part of the franchise then. This game and 8 is why they tried to apologize with old school feel in 9. They did later take the storyline and the location of Final Fantasy Tactics. They added it in future Final Fantasies. Like technically Final Fantasy 12 is in this same universe in a sense, same country. However, they went and kind of merged it with the Game Boy Advance versions of Final Fantasy Tactics. Because see, in this you don't have what's called judges. When they did the new the new DS versions of Final Fantasy Tactics, they added these judges where when you were in battle, not only did you have to fight your enemy, but there were certain rules you had to follow, and it was completely random, but I think you could use items or something to change it. But like, for example, the judge would say, no healing magic, okay? And if you used healing magic, then you got in trouble. And so in 12, whereas you don't have judges telling you how to fight, the judges are actual, like, characters or enemies and whatnot. And then, of course, Final Fantasy 14, you know, that kind of, the MMO kind of tries to connect all the games into that world, basically. Yes, the retcon shoehorned it into their lore. Now, imagine this, okay, so Final Fantasy Tactics, you know, they decided to kind of try out the strategy RPG kind of style of gaming, okay? There's various other games that are strategy based. I think, was it Ogre Tactics is one. And there's several others. Now, imagine they decided not to do that. What if they took Final Fantasy Tactics, the story and the characters, and they actually created it as a old school RPG, like Final Fantasy, you know, 6, 7, I don't know, 7 is a little bit higher, you know, graphics, so if you're going to look at graphics like this, it would be more like 6, 5, 4, and so forth, if they would have made it that way instead. Could have been interesting, but they decided to do strategy. As a strategy game lover and a Final Fantasy game lover, I hated this game. And I'm sure you're not the only one. Honestly, I like this better than the DS versions. Don't get me wrong. I think they're still fun to play, but I prefer this one over them. The whole getting sucked into another world, into your video game world, and then trying to find your way back and having the judges dictate how you fight and whatnot. I'm not a big, huge fan of that. It's definitely better than anything on the DS. Yeah. And that's the other games, you know, Square Enix has not redone for, like, the Switch. I don't think they have the Final Fantasy Tactics, or at least not the DS versions on the Switch. But I like the game. I'm not going to say it's my favorite. Y'all know Final Fantasy IV is my favorite. But yeah, all the added stuff, the errands and all that stuff is kind of what makes the game longer, I guess. Just wait till we get to the dungeon that you go down and you have to find treasure equipped to your, you know, your footsteps or whatever, because there's strong equipment hidden in each level, and you got to go to each level and make sure you find them before you move on to the next one. Then you got the final boss at the end. Alright, so we really can't go anywhere else. We have to go to Dorter. No choice.
You are the heretic Ramza Beowulf, yes?
Who are you? You do not appear to be of the Template.
You will come to Riovani's castle. Your sister will be returned in exchange for the scriptures of Jarmonique.
Riovanes? What does Grand Duke Barrington have to do with this? I had heard he keeps both Dukes Larg and Goltana at arm's length, and fields no troops in their conflict. Why would Alma be in his custody? What interest does he have in the book?
Surely you have read the scriptures.
Yes, I've read them. Could it be the Grand Duke is in league with the Church? If so, having its secrets exposed will be problematic for him, too.
You are in no position to make threats. If you wish to see your sister again, you will come to the castle and do nothing extraneous. My lord awaits.
So here you are. They've been searching high and low for you. What is it? Are you unwell? Ah, but I forget myself. I hope this day finds your Royal Majesty in better spirits than those past.
Do not mock me. Please, I could not bear it.
That was cruel of me. I'm sorry.
So, what is it that you mean to do with me? I'm not Avalia. There can be no possible value in holding me. No value, even in my living.
Possibly. You are not Avelia. We do not even know your rightful name. Whether even you be highborn or low, no such records remain.
My life until now. What was it all for? Raised to think myself Avelia, I never once suspected that I was merely a replacement for the real princess. Of the royal family, I alone was confined to a remote monastery, far from the seat of our crown. I alone was made to live in seclusion, and had often wondered why. Even so, this I thought a burden light enough. If it meant the kingdom would know peace. Yet still Ivalice runs red with blood. All this suffering and solitude. What purpose did it serve? How ironic it is. Now that I am free of the monastery, I find myself longing for it. Though I may have been a bird in a cage, at least the song I sang was my own.
It has been the same for me. I was given the wardrobe of a nobleman, and so I played the part. A puppet, ever dancing for patrons unseen. Most men but play the part they're given. Most live and die not knowing they play a part at all. But I am past all that now. I am their puppet no more. I will exact from them the price of the merry dance they lead.
And just what is it you plan to do?
You must place your trust in me, Avelia. I will burn down this kingdom and build a new one. A kingdom worthy of you. I will show you a world where your light will outshine the sun. A world without darkness. A world where you will always be, Avelia. This is my heart's desire. For you are my purpose. My everything. You will have no more need of tears.
Can I truly trust in you?
I will never betray you. Never. On Titra's soul, I swear it. So come now. Dry your tears.
I would never play this game on auto battle because they usually get themselves killed. At least they did in the original. And honestly, you know, the interesting thing about this game is the fact that there's a lot of controversy in the story of this game. Okay, it pretty much speaks negative about politics and government and royalty, but not only that, it also brings the church into question and questions religion and what is true and what is, you know, manipulation for power, authority, and money. If you connect it to history, you could probably find some similarities as far as these themes go within our own world history. That's probably where they got the idea from anyways, but there's that controversy that has the capability of pissing some people off. You know, it's like if this game was to be made in today's time, would they even allow the game to be made and sold, or would they censor it? History doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. Yeah. All right, let's see here. So we got new
Looking for
stuff in the
all
store.
catch your eye.
We got some handbags. I never used handbags, even though they might have been stronger. I never used them. My understanding is that only the girls can carry it. Look how expensive they are. I think that's for Bard and Dancer. Although I think in the original, other job classes could use it too. Then we got this cloth, Dancer. Arts. Dachi. Diamond Shield. Owl. White Robe. Magic Ring.
Will that be all?
Alright, now, I did pick some stuff up for battle. Did I ever
What is
equip
it?
that stuff? What else do I have that has a shield? Not that I'm really using her much.
Looking for Autumn, but you're in safe hands with me. This is your grand benefactor.
We got a little bit of money. Flail of Flame. Especially a sword specially tailored to the needs of ninjas. Doesn't have anything special about it. Kunai, designed for ninja blades such as this, are often used in Ivalice handheld. Nothing special. Kodachi, favored by ninjas for its compact size and ease of concealment. Doesn't have anything special either. then your flails. So this is a flame. The head of this mace is loaded with gunpowder and may spew flames. It's used to attack. The damage dealt varies greatly when attacking. Has a chance of casting Fira. Downfall of that is when something is strong against fire. Then your weapons are worthless. So what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna put her. She's gonna have Dachis. I want to make sure she didn't need any armor here.
This is your grand. You won't be just.
Then we don't have to worry about the fire element.
This is your grand. Many thanks.
That's all we can do for now.
Will that be all? By all means. Are you happy? Anything?
I'll use some ethers here.
Are you happy? Thank you. 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 May I? Don't be a
A warm welcome to... You're interested, then? Anything else I can help you? Rumors, eh?
Marquise has been slain. Marquis Salvador Leach, Lord of Limberry, the hero, dubbed the Silver Prince by friends and Silver Demon by foes. Recent conflict had driven a wedge between him and Duke Altana. Marquis Salvador choosing instead to take a neutral stance. In spite of this, Duke Altana demanded Limberry's continued cooperation, but the Marquis, as they say in this, firmly refused the proposal, fearing for the well-being of his subjects. Relations quickly deteriorated, and Duke Altana ordered the invasion of Limberry, bringing their armies into conflict. The Marquis himself joined the defense, but was struck by a stray arrow, the wound leading to his eventual death. Not actually.
Need anything else? Come back soon then.
That's some false information. Alright, we're gonna save after all that. And I will be right back, guys. All right, I am back. Let's see. We could check some other stores. We're supposed to head up here. Got a few places, obviously. We have to stop along the way.
Welcome, after all in particular.
Or Calcum Dirk.
May I be of good choice?
We can probably make him an archer again and finish that off.
May I help? You're in safe hands with me. Will that be all? Come back.
Can't do any more errands until they come back. They got 10 more days. Alright, let's see what we're gonna fight.
Feels good.
Wow, you can even change his job right here, too. Our controller is trying to disconnect.
Of course.
Let's put
Just try and
her
stop.
there.
We will try.
In there.
Ready when you are.
I won't disappoint.
Let's put him in.
It's time.
Coming through.
Guess he wanted to be heard.
I must grow strong. I'm ready.
Not bad at all. Here I go.
He's gonna wait so he can get haste, hopefully.
I won't waste it.
I Hard work's paid off.
No
Where
counter.
am I needed?
Go back over here.
My turn.
Getting stronger.
Leave it to me.
Now, I think they could have
All in a
worked on
day's
that
work.
animation a little bit because he's supposed to be hitting with holding the sword with two hands. So he should have came down with both hands. But he only came down with one hand in the animation. They should have fixed it.
Fly true.
Maybe they couldn't figure out how to do that with these sprites.
Out of my way!
I must concentrate.
How about that, eh?
Still got some fight in me. Leave this to me.
Come on.
Have at you!
They missed.
Where am I needed?
64. Hurricane's obviously bigger. That's bigger too. Of course, we could always just go over here. And then just attack and pull him right out.
Stronger than ever. I'm just getting started.
Thanks, friend. I must concentrate. Every bit helps.
Every bit helps.
Leave this to me. Easy target.
What to do?
Bad angle here. Let's try up here.
I won't miss.
I'm ready.
Welcome, after all in particular.
And we finally got the diamond swords. Look at that.
Will that be all? Who needs outfitting? This is your great most.
Rune blade's like the strongest sword. The axe is 16. Diamond sword's only 10.
May I help with all catch
So
your
we're
eye?
gonna buy
Are you happy to thank you?
an extra sword just in case. We already have a mithril bow. That. We have some partisans.
May I help with after all in particular?
Grants immunity to silence and
May I be? I'll.
and they have errands. There's errands everywhere.
Need anything to thank?
I'm gonna need more companions just to send them on errands. Much more time now. 8. I'm gonna flee this one because we were just there. Alright, we'll fight this. Oh, we're in the woods. Where we picked up our chocobo. Alright. And we're fighting. We do have one undead. Only 4 enemies by the looks of it.
Right. I am committed.
My turn, is it? All right. Ever ready.
To battle!
All right, Ninja goes. Ow, she was like right up there. Gotta be careful about that, though. We don't want to be rushed. I don't think she can get him.
Storm's brewing.
My turn.
Waiting for haste.
Trust in yourself. What's my next move? I shall give my all.
Right.
Come on.
Oh man, I can't hit nothing.
No holding back.
Got something for you. Very good.
Hits him. Might as well use Aura Blast.
Right back at ya.
Ew, he
Is that
slimed
it?
me.
Enough! Where to begin?
Nice. Critical hit.
Leave it to me.
Yes.
Waste of time!
I must concentrate.
Oh, I missed.
Newfound strength.
Yes?
700. A lot to go. I think that's all these. All the throwing stuff here. And now she's a Master Knight. So the thing with her is you want to constantly be able to use her Holy Sword abilities. Okay? But in order to be able to equip it, you have to have a sword. So you pretty much have to have job classes that allow you to have a sword, or you have to use the ability that you get from Knight to equip the sword. Next question is, what job should she move on to? Huh. And it has to be a sword. Katana doesn't work. Let's thief level 4, monk level 5. You don't know what this is, but you gotta be a dragoon and a. Oh, this is probably the bard and the dancer.
I shall redouble my efforts. Preparations?
But by doing so, you're gonna get less job points. An immediate fight to get the waterfalls. Oh, we know we got a chocobo. Cats. Oh, we have a person. We could steal his stuff. Not a big necessity, but we could definitely steal his stuff. Alright, so we're gonna put Rams in the back. He's an archer. We're gonna put
I am
him
committed.
there. We'll put her
Just
there.
try and stop me. I'm
her
ready.
there.
As you wish.
To battle!
just getting started.
I can't rob him if I'm disabled. Remedy doesn't remove disabled. I'm gonna try it anyways. Nope, it doesn't work.
Onward.
Oh, it didn't stop him.
The journey is
My
never
turn.
ending.
Fly true. Not good at all.
Ah, I missed this time. I don't think I could throw her an item. Oop.
Not bad at all. Now or never.
Right. Take this!
I must concentrate. You're finished! Onwards.
That shut him up.
Come on!
Got you.
Yes?
Oh, let's see. I need 2,000 Master Ninja. Okay. He needs a lot. I want 3,000. Holy moly. I don't remember it being that high originally.
Greetings, by all means.
Goku's pole.
Will that be all? Come back.
It's a shame we can't, like, return them
Update
from
you?
here.
Of course. Anything else you're interested then? Will that be all? Come back
Lots
soon.
of errands.
Looking for aught in particular or catch your eye? Will that be? Don't be. Looking for aught by all means.
They haven't gotten any new guns yet.
Mount I'll.
We're gonna play.
Welcome. After aught in particular. Are you happy? Thank you. Will that be? I await.
A warm... Of course. Anything else you're interested then? Will that be all? Thank you and farewell.
Alright, we'll fight. They really want us to fight there. Oh, that horrible thing right there. Oh, we can steal another Artemis bow.
I will go. I am committed.
Just try and stop me. Ever ready. All right.
Forward.
here. Pretty much move anywhere. I really want to get over to the archer.
Stronger than ever.
No time to waste.
Coming through.
I must concentrate.
It invokes Cloud Sea Curse, the spirit of Mai no Murakumo. Unleashes a phantom of pure mist to attack surrounding foes and has a chance of inflicting foes. Fortunately, it's not going to reach him.
Onward. Fall! Don't look back! Leave this to me.
What?
I have you.
Ah, touche. Fortunately, she cannot get up there.
Newfound strength.
I've come for your bow. Will we be able to do it this time? Both of them. There's one.
With this new power,
My thanks. What's the plan?
Plan is to steal his weapon, although he might be at a bad angle to do so.
Go on, don't be shy.
I mean, you would think all that, and I could be able to use it on everybody on the board.
Come then.
Got it. Alright, we can evacuate now.
Have at you.
I am ready.
It's not gonna work.
Appreciate it.
Every bit helps. How could this be? What's my next move? I may not survive this.
You're right, you might not. But yet he did not count it.
My life. Over. Very well.
Good day to you. That's the spirit. You've some news from an... Right then.
The task was completed with astonishing success. Long may it continue.
Let's see. Several valuable tomes were stolen from the Academy, according to witnesses. It was some 30 years to escape from Academy's second floor window before boarding a ferry. Unfortunately for him, the ferry sank, and we were able to raise the vessel and retrieve the books.
I, for one.
I'd consider that. Anything else? Thank you.
May I help you? Oh?
Welcome. Take who needs outfitting? This is your grand most that. This is your grand total. He won't be This is your grand most that. May I be of foot? Come back.
Welcome. That's the spirit.
Let's see. This is an appeal for protection to accompany our chocobo wains along the route of Agros to Dorder. In these truly troubled times, monsters have appeared on the trade roads and are beginning to threaten our caravans. Please protect the wains.
Who you sending?
Didn't we already do this one?
Need any thanks? Good day to you. Nothing. Will that be? Thank you. Good day to you. You're interested then? Will that be?
We've
Come back.
done one of those already.
Welcome. Want to earn some gil?
Or a long man of mine, old Tapa, who used to work at the mine, said
Who's going? How many days will you allow for this work? Anyone you understood? Will that be all? Thank you.
Welcome, by all means. May I come back?
Good day to you. Want to earn some gil? Need any? Thank you.
alright. Do a save. Row Heights, maybe? What will we encounter here? Raining. We don't know who we're fighting.
I am committed.
As you wish. Ready for battle.
Ready when you are.
To battle.
To battle.
How could they have found us when we have fled so far? Have the gods no mercy?
Is that a scouting party from the Order of the Southern Sky?
We are done with fighting! We've had our fill of blood and death! It doesn't matter if we're poor, but our place is with our families. I'm going back to my wife and child. You will not force us to return.
Deserters, it seems. Pray, heed my words. We do not pursue you. It is not our wish to fight.
Aye, that much I'll believe. Better to strike us down cleanly when our backs are turned. Do not think us so green as to fall for your tricks.
That man... Does he not have the look of the one on the handbill?
What? Are you sure?
Aye, it's him all right. Ramzabael, the heretic. What do you say we claim his head and take it back to camp?
Are you serious? We're deserters. Our heads would be on spikes next to his.
Consider it. As a son of House Baelv, he's no mere bounty. His family commands the northern sky. We'd be fools to pass up this opportunity.
The men who captured that general were dismissed honorably.
Exactly. If we're to return to our homes, let us do so with our heads held high. Were we to flee now, it would be to a life of skulking in the shadows. They still think we're out scouting, and it could stay that way.
Very well. Let us return with him, or at least with his head. It's not long for those shoulders anyway. He is a heretic after all. Come, let this be our final battle. With this godless man's blood, we buy our way home.
It seems there is no avoiding this fight.
Gave them a chance. Could have went home to their families.
Easy target. Stronger than ever.
Our garb would be good. It's got a power garb. I don't recall seeing any in the store.
I must concentrate. No holding back. I'll give my all. Let me think. I won't disappoint.
Let me see.
Surprised?
I shan't fail you.
What's my next move?
My thanks.
Come on.
The time is now.
Right.
I'm in your debt.
I was unlucky.
I must concentrate.
Fall! I am disgraced.
I won't die here. I won't stop now.
Thank you kindly.
I don't think I'm going to be able to hit him from here. Or maybe so.
Sorry.
This fleeting life, cling to it not. Embrace inevitable end. Judgment Blade! Down!
I've not long left.
For my lady. Storms brewing. Where am I needed?
Come on.
finished! I can't allow this. My turn. I can do this. Onward.
Newfound strength.
Not a chance! I must concentrate. I must do all I can. I'm ready. I won't die here.
Coming through.
Come on. Trust in yourself.
Go on, don't be shy. Still a long way to go.
Boy, he doesn't want to give me that armor, does he?
I must concentrate. I must do all I can. I can do this.
Ah, she was too slow to cast her spell.
Come then.
No turning back.
Thing on cast time.
I won't die here.
Got it.
What was that?
Say your prayers.
So here it ends.
Yep.
That they should throw their lives away. And yet, what right have I to blame them?
Was unfortunate.
Father, what would you have done? Did I have any other choice? Is that
we meet again.
I see the Black Lion sits upon your breast. You are of the Order of the Southern Sky, then?
I am, and it would seem we have you to thank for dealing with our deserters. I must admit, I did not expect to see a son of House Beowulf lend his aid to our order.
The fight was not of my choosing.
Forgive me. I know you do not wish to shed blood, but it cannot always be avoided. We're no different. Had we the choice, we would not be hunting these men.
You knew who I was all along, didn't you?
I did. I'd seen your name and face upon a bill. While the bounty was certainly impressive, 'twas the charge of heresy that caught my eye. They claim you murdered Cardinal Delacroix, but I somehow find that hard to believe.
Have you a mind to turn me in?
Why would I do that? Our orders are to capture deserters. They say nothing of heretics already hunted mercilessly by the Church. If I were one of those, I think I'd get moving before the lions at my heels thought to feast upon me as well.
Why do you still fight? I do not see why anyone should want to prolong this senseless war.
So long as your brothers point their swords at our throats, we must.
If the White Lion lowered his claws, would the Black follow suit?
No, I do not think it like he would.
Could you deliver a message to Count Orlando, if you should chance to meet him? There are men behind the curtain who goad the dukes for their own gain. We are all but puppets, dancing as they pull our strings. It is those men we ought to be fighting.
I can deliver the message, but why to the Count?
My father once told me Count Orlando was the only man he could truly call a friend.
Lord Barbeneth said that. Very well. I will tell the Count what you've told me.
Then you believe me?
Prior to joining House Jirai, I was the Count's adopted son, and still regard him as my father. I know for a fact that he returns your father's fondness. In honor of their friendship, I will trust you, Ramza. Now, I do not know the reason these men seek the Zodiac Stones. If it is for the benefit of the people, I see no reason to raise protest. But if they seek to use the legend for their own gain, I can assure you my father will not sit idly by. It was not for quiet complacence he was given the name of Thunder God. To worthy causes he would ever lend his strength.
You know of the High Confessor's plot?
Of it, yes. But we have no hard evidence. Our spies are working tirelessly, but I suspect you know more than they. As the heretic who slew Cardinal Delacroix, I dare say you've learned a few things.
If you did have evidence of the plot, would you then be willing to lay down your swords?
Does such evidence exist? Well, whether or not it would mean the end of this conflict, I cannot say, for the gears have long been set in motion. But if evidence did exist that could expose the plot, my father, for one, would surely sheath his blade.
Lord Oren! We must press onward!
Very well. Let us resume our march. Farewell, Ramza. See that you keep your head about your shoulders. Never
had
think
the
yourself
evidence.
without allies. You do have friends. Friends who would gladly lay down their lives fighting beside you. And I count myself among them. I may not be at your side, but we fight together to end this war. Remember that.
Thank you, Oren.
He has the proof, but he's got to use it to save his sister.
Right.
Meteor might be a good one.
Preparations?
Weaker than the guy gear.
Right. In what do I believe?
Welcome, by all means. Are you any? Will that be all? Come back.
Alright guys, that is all the time I have for today, but thank you for coming and watching. If you're new, make sure you hit the follow buttons. Usually live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we will be back on Wednesday, which is tomorrow at 12, and we will continue where we left off. Y'all have a good day.
Boots on stone, map in hand, rust on my shield, dirt on my plans, lantern low, I still burn. Every doorway, another turn. They call me coward back where I'm from, but here I'm carved in ancient tongues. A different banner above my flame. The world is bending around my name. I'm the holy avenger, laid raised high in the dark. Hey! Every wound, every shiver, just more proof of the mark. In this fantasy world, I'm the one who remains. Out here I'm legend, back home I'm just that kid who played under another name. Cracks in sky, nether smoke, teeth and talons claw through the oak. I hear quest in every cry, saving strangers who'll never know why. Health runs low, but I still stand. Glowing sigils across my hands, a final warning, a flaming gate. I walk forward, I choose my fate. I'm the holy avenger, blade raised high in the dark. Oh yeah. Every wound, every shiver, just more proof other name.